Every single living thing on this planet, from a tiny bacterium to a giant sequoia tree, is made of cells. But what if I told you that all of that mind-boggling diversity, all of it, boils down to just two basic blueprints? Well, that's what we're diving into. So there you have it. Life has two designs. But what's the actual difference? Unpacking that one simple question, it reveals one of the most important concepts in all of biology. Seriously. Okay, first up, let's meet the OGs of life on Earth, the pioneers, the prokaryotes. These guys are the veterans, the true old-school originals. And their name pretty much tells you the whole story. Prokaryotes literally comes from Greek words that mean before the nucleus. And that's the absolute key. These cells were around long before that fancy, complex control center we call a nucleus ever evolved. The best way to get your head around a prokaryote is to just picture a studio apartment. Yep, a studio. It's small, it's super efficient, and everything, the kitchen, the bed, the workspace, it's all just kind of out in one big open room. No internal walls, no separate departments. So let's see how this whole studio apartment design really works. Their DNA isn't protected inside a nucleus. It's just floating around in a central area. They are incredibly tiny, and they've only got the most essential machinery, like ribosomes for building proteins. Because they're so simple, they can reproduce at lightning speed, just by splitting in two. This is the world of bacteria and archaea. But of course, life didn't just stop there. Evolution came up with an upgrade, a much more complex, much more organized model. This is the eukaryotic cell. And again, the name is a dead giveaway. Eukaryote means true nucleus, and this is the absolute game changer. A proper, membrane-enclosed safe for the cell's precious genetic code, its DNA. So, if a prokaryote is our little studio apartment, a eukaryote is a sprawling mansion. I'm talking specialized rooms for every single job. You've got a command center, the nucleus. You've got power plants, the mitochondria. You've got packaging facilities, recycling centers. This specialization allows for an unbelievable level of complexity. This mansion design has it all: that true nucleus, a much larger size, and a whole suite of these specialized organelles, like the mitochondria that generate energy. In fact, every complex living thing you can see, plants, animals, fungi, is built from these cells. And yeah, that means these are your cells we're talking about. Okay, so we've met the two players. Now let's put them side by side to really hammer home the contrast. This is where the differences become crystal clear. All right, on the left, we've got our simple, efficient studio apartment, the prokaryote. And on the right, our complex, compartmentalized mansion, the eukaryote. Just look at this breakdown. The nucleus is the big one, a clear no versus a yes. Then notice the dramatic size difference. Eukaryotes can be 100 times bigger. And check out the DNA. Prokaryotes have a simple circular loop of DNA, while eukaryotes have their DNA organized into multiple, complex, linear chromosomes. It's really the difference between a one-page instruction manual and an entire library. So, a simple cell and a complex cell. Big deal, right? Why is this distinction so fundamental? Why does it matter so much in the grand scheme of things? Well, it all comes down to time, a lot of time. For about 1.5 billion years, prokaryotes had the entire planet to themselves. Eukaryotes are the relative newcomers, a revolutionary leap in complexity that changed absolutely everything. And that leap has huge real-world implications. In medicine, we actually target the unique features of prokaryotic bacteria to create antibiotics that kill them without harming our own eukaryotic cells. Understanding this split is fundamental to tracing the entire story of evolution, and, when you get right down to it, to understanding the complex machinery that makes us who we are. Now, get ready for this, because this is easily the most mind-blowing part of the whole story. How did eukaryotes get all those fancy organelles, like the mitochondria that power our cells? The leading theory is that an ancient eukaryotic ancestor actually swallowed a prokaryote, and instead of digesting it, they formed a partnership. That prokaryote became the first mitochondrion. Our complex cells are built on an ancient act of cooperation. So this leaves us with a fascinating final thought. The very cells that make up our bodies are a testament to collaboration on a microscopic scale, an alliance formed billions of years ago. If cooperation, not just competition, is so fundamental to our own biology, what else could we learn from the ancient partnerships that make us who we are?